What's going on, everyone? So for years, it has felt like LeBron James passing the torch or trying to pass the torch to Anthony Davis. Now, last year, Anthony Davis really looked like the Anthony Davis that we know and love, right? The Anthony Davis that we expected to be the Anthony Davis to really lead a team. But LeBron still had to be spectacular, still really needed to, deliver the heroics, and kind of just for a long time has felt like, man, when is Anthony Davis finally going to take the reins? When is Anthony Davis clearly going to be the best player? When is he finally going to be the guy that we need him to be, right? It looked like that after the bubble. Lakers win the NBA championship, and it looks like, here we go. Anthony Davis, LeBron James, year after year after year is like, this is Anthony Davis' team. This is Anthony Davis' team. Anthony Davis needs to take over. And it's just like he got worse after the bubble, right? It's just like he had this like steep decline. And then, the last like year and a half, 2 years, he's really just blossomed, right? Like he's been that dominant force. One of the things that he really talked about this offseason, obviously playing in the Olympics, I'm sure went a long way. I'm sure playing in the Olympics really kind of helped him with this confidence, as well as, because look, LeBron James and Anthony Davis were arguably the two best players in the entire Olympics from start to finish. Obviously, Steph and guys had their moments, and Steph, especially towards the end, those last few games really kind of picked up. I'm talking about like from the moment, first exhibition game all the way to when they won the gold medal. Anthony Davis and LeBron James were the guys, and Anthony Davis was just a monster on both sides of the basketball. And so I'm sure that was a big part of just kind of confidence going into the offseason. And, you hear him talk about, like, I just, what's something that you want to do this season? He said, I just want to establish dominance. I want to be dominant, is what he kept reiterating, that, he wants to show that he's one of, if not the best players in the league. And he's up there. Anthony Davis, even with all his pros and cons at times, is top 10 player in the league, right? But it is one of those things where it's like, man, like, Anthony Davis has all the tools to be the best player in the NBA. Right? We look at Jokic and Embiid and guys like that. Like, Anthony Davis has more overall talent than those guys. His ability to play both sides of the basketball, impact the game, basically score and dominate from anywhere on the basketball court, make plays. No, his talent is insane. And we go into this season, and you have your first game against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Lakers haven't won a game since 2016 to start the season. You have LeBron James and, him, year 22, he's going in age 40, right? Like, him and his son and all that stuff. And it's just like, is this the year that Anthony Davis finally goes, give it to me, right? Like, this is my team. This is my year. And it's like you're going up against Rudy Gobert, which Anthony Davis historically has dominated that matchup. But, one of the better defense teams. Need a guy to step up. And Anthony Davis just drops a casual 36 points, 16 rebounds, dishes out a couple assists, 4 assists, gets you 3 blocks, a steal, does it all. Everything on the basketball court you could ask for. Oh, and by the way, LeBron James it wasn't bad, but it wasn't LeBron. He was pedestrian for LeBron James standards. By the way, like, we shot 16.5% from 3-point range. Oh, yeah, by the way, guys were not great. Like, Rui was like our second best player, right? Like, by the way, Anthony Davis still led this team to a win. Absolutely took over and dominated in the third quarter, and then continued that into the fourth quarter. And gave you everything you could ask for and then some. This is the Anthony Davis. This is the Anthony Davis that was just monstrous. This is the Anthony Davis that when he said, I want to dominate, this is the Anthony Davis. Now, I'm not saying he has to average 36 and 16 or anything like that. Obviously, that's quite the stat line. But I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility for Anthony Davis to be a 27 to 30 point a game guy. Get you, 2 to 3 blocks a game, get you a steal or 2 a game. Lead the league in rebounding. He's done it before, right? Gets 12 rebounds. Anthony Davis, he go give us 30 and 12. Dish out, 4 to 5 assists, which the Lakers are running their offense through him. And then on top of that, go and get you, like I said, 2-3 blocks, get you 2 or 3 steals. Anthony Davis would be the best player in the NBA. He would be. Again, if he's averaging 30 points a game, 12 rebounds, handful of assists, handful of blocks, and the Lakers are, a top 3 to 4 seed in the Western Conference, and as stacked as the Western Conference is, and even with all the concerns and ailments that the Lakers have, Anthony Davis should be in that conversation for MVP. I won't be shocked if Anthony Davis has an MVP level season. Right? He's been healthy. He's looked great. I said this before the season even began, that I could see Anthony Davis and even LeBron being in mid-season form right out the gate, because they just played a bunch of games and, got themselves in shape and in rhythm and whatnot leading in. Anthony Davis was spectacular. I mean, hitting and ones, dominating from everywhere, even knocked down a 3, right? Like, everything you could want from Anthony Davis. The biggest factor, though, and the biggest reason why I think Anthony Davis is really going to take the strides this year compared to the other years, because the thing is, like, okay, well, what's changed, right? Is Anthony Davis really just, taking those strides this year? Has he finally just taken the torch and ready to show it? Part of that could be, but I also think JJ Redick. The difference you saw this year compared to like last year, because again, Anthony Davis was monstrous last year. But what did you see? Oh, Anthony Davis got the basketball in the fourth quarter. Anthony Davis was the guy we were running the offense through down the stretch. Anthony Davis was the guy that was winning us the game. Anthony Davis, the guy that became dominant and the Minnesota Timberwolves had no answer for. And instead of going away from Anthony Davis, Lakers went to Anthony Davis. And that's the difference. How many times last year did we see Anthony Davis have like 30 through 3 quarters and then not even touch the basketball the rest of the game? Literally, not get I'm not even talking about like he just missed shots or whatever. No, I'm talking about not even touching getting 0 field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. That was a regular occurrence. Anthony Davis would have like 30, like I said, through 3 quarters, dominant. I mean, even Darvin Ham repeatedly would be like, "Oh, he just has a dummy coach and needs to get him the basketball," and then never did it. Darvin Ham repeatedly mentioned and talked about how, how silly it was that he doesn't get a star and his best player the basketball and blah, blah, blah. And then just wouldn't get him the basketball. Literally did nothing to get him the basketball. Right? Like, the difference is that JJ Redick is making it a point and an apparent to get Anthony Davis the basketball. You saw that. They were running their offense through him early on, but guys were, cooking Rui in particular and stuff like that. But then things started kind of cooling off a little bit. Guys were struggling to hit shots. So, let's run through Anthony Davis. Ran through all your actions through Anthony Davis. He had 15 or something like that in the third quarter. And then continued his onslaught in the fourth. Hitting big shots, getting and ones, doing it all. That's going to be the difference. JJ Redick is going to help make Anthony Davis an MVP style player. Whether he'll actually win it or not, that I don't know, because Anthony Davis has been the best defensive player in the league for the last 8 years, and he has yet to win a defensive player of the year. So would they actually give MVP to him? I don't know. But I do think I could see him averaging 27 to 30 a game. He's going to go get you the 12 to plus rebounds. The style of offense that the Lakers are running, he's going to get 3 to 4 assists a game at least, if not more. I wouldn't be surprised if he's averaging 5 or 6. So you're going to get the offensive output. You're going to get the rebounding. You're going to get the shot blocking and defense. So you might have the best two-way player in the league this year. And you're going to have a head coach that's going to run everything through him. That's the difference. That's why I think Anthony Davis this season is going to take the torch from LeBron James. I think Anthony Davis is going to be the best player. The offense ran through. LeBron wasn't in the game, and the Lakers were still able to win, if not at least stay afloat at times in the non-LeBron minutes, because they played through Anthony Davis. They moved the basketball. They continued to play their sets. Usually when LeBron went to the bench, the Lakers' production just went into the gutter. And that was it. And the Lakers were awful. LeBron James sat for several minutes at a time, and the Lakers were fine. Were able to maintain the lead. Were able to weather the storm. Played through Anthony Davis. Right? And to be fair, even when Anthony Davis went to the bench, Lakers were still able to maintain. Were still able to do their own. Were still able to hand out. I think this year is going to be very different for Anthony Davis because of JJ Redick. I think Anthony Davis has taken his strides. I think he's been much more aggressive. I think he's been much more healthier. I think he's been much more dominant. And then now you actually have a coach that's going to properly put him in position to have the most success and is going to run your offense through him and is going to do the things necessary for Anthony Davis to be the guy. I think Anthony Davis is going to have an MVP level season this year. I'm not saying he's going to average 36 and 16. It's a little crazy, right? But I wouldn't be shocked if he's, like I said, 30 and 12, 27 and 12 with, a handful of assists, a handful of stocks. I genuinely think that that's going to be the case. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? I'd agree with me, disagree with me, kind of in the middle, kind of mixed on it. However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you don't like this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. We enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.